What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Foul Out Podcast. Today we got a special guest on, Jalen, and we
Yeah.
also got Shaq, Willie, myself, and my brother Arkeem. We just go ahead and just jump straight into it. We had a few conversations to marinate things, but I want to go ahead and throw this up on y'all's screen. What do y'all think of this guy? Let's just go ahead and put our conspiracy theorists. We got our own in-house conspiracy theorist with Jalen right now. And the main question I want to ask y'all, Jalen, we can start with you. What do you think Elon Musk's, what do you think his motive is? Like, you see him getting involved in European politics now. Like, of course, he bought our election. Like, what do you think his ultimate goal is? Like, what does he want the world to look like?
So we've all at this point seen or at least heard the movie that Obama made. I forget what the name of it was, but I'm sure we've all seen it at this point or heard about it. So
hmm
there's a scene in that movie where I guess the main family is driving along a highway and they run into this just, very, very large group of cars. They're all the same color, they look the same. They get closer and they find out that they're Teslas. So, with everything that's been going on, and we got the TikTok stuff, the China stuff, somebody spying, surveillance, it's just like, is Elon Musk really trying to enact something to where he has some type of control or at least impact on, is it our grid? Is it the, just the network of electrical cars? We see a lot of places popping up like Rivian, a lot of competitors and things like that. Could he be trying to get a stronghold on things, by getting in the government? It's a lot of questions that it brings up.
Yeah, definitely. I
hmm
actually don't know what movie you talking about from Obama.
Let me look up the name real quick.
You don't know that movie, man? That was hot, man, for a while.
You
Everyone
saw?
was talking about it. They were afraid after they watched it, because they were like, because Obama
Oh,
said,
Leave the world behind.
"There we go. I knew it was something
yeah,
behind." Yeah.
yeah. Okay, I remember that. I didn't know that was Obama's production company though.
hmm Yeah. Yeah. He said that he
Wow.
based that off of real, real scenarios that they played out whatever during his presidency, like things that could actually happen if someone wanted to take down the U.S.
Mhm.
And it makes
Interesting.
sense.
And
Makes sense.
in that movie, you see like, planes crashing, which, hey, we just had plane incidents, like not one, not two, maybe three or four. And then, like I said, the Teslas, they kind of were being driven on their own towards whatever destination, probably whoever who could hack them could control, whatever electrical cars we have out there. And then we've been seeing a lot of stuff about the grid going down too. Um, I forget the movie. Oh, the movie that just came out with, I believe it was Jamie Foxx and what's her name? But it's on Netflix too. And basically,
Mm,
the grid goes out, and I've been hearing that that's something that's supposed to be a big conspiracy behind the presidency right now.
yeah,
Gotcha.
I've been seeing that too. About the grid recently. Um, some government official was warning the public to prepare for a grid attack or something like that, because we've had people attack the grid already, so that's not anything new. But now it's like it seems like we would be more likely to have an organized attack, just because of how we're treating the rest of the world right now. So God, I can see that happening too. Can I answer the question about Elon Musk, Anthony?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Man, I think Elon Musk wants world domination. That's what I think is going on there. I think he wants every country to be driving Tesla. He's in a lot of them, but I think he wants to get inside every single last one of those. He wants every country using Starlink for their internet, and it's already happening. He's already got a lot of countries using Starlink. He wants everyone to use his robots. Let's not forget the chip that he's working on, right? The microchip that could potentially be in everybody's head. Elon Musk might be the Antichrist. He might be. Everyone thinks it's Trump, but it might be Elon Musk. And you know what? He has all the money in the world to do whatever he needs to do, and all these other governments, all these other citizens of the world know that because we they saw it happen here in the U.S. and what's supposed to be the most powerful country in the world, in the universe, for all we know. And one man was able to influence our election in a large, very large way. So that's why ultimately I think he wants. I also would even go to say, his last thing I'm gonna say, I would even go to say that the man wants, there's been talks about Donald Trump rolling back the mandate for all the companies to produce electric vehicles primarily. I think by 2030. I think that was the mandate that Joe Biden put in place. Trump removed that, right? So companies no longer need to do that. While I think that's a terrible thing, and I think it did double duty. I think one side of it made sure that these companies didn't have to invest in electric vehicles. They can continue doing what they're doing. The gas industry still gets to remain strong. But at the same time, did that not just give Elon Musk more the upper hand to continue being the monopoly in the electric car world? Because he had a lot of competitors coming for his throat. There were a lot of vehicles out there that looked better than the Teslas. Like they were coming out. They were gonna be hitting the market in a couple of years.
Yeah, yeah,
Now they don't have to.
yeah. Me personally, I mean, I can tell that he's trying to get like extremely rich. That's one thing for sure. Like I think he's trying to inject himself into the government so that he can. Because I saw an article that said he effectively is like overseeing his own like stuff. Like so, like if he can get a government contract, he can effectively like make that happen or not. I think they say he got like over like $20 billion in government contracts. But anyway, beyond getting extremely rich, that's the part that I don't know why. Like, why does he want to be so rich? And then, like, what does he want to do then? Like, once he reaches his goal, like, man, if I got 600 billion, I can go to Mars and I can start my own country and we can bring slavery back. Or like, I don't know what that part is. Like, why is he trying to get this rich to do what with it? You know what I mean? That's kind of my conspiracy theory thing. And like, just natural human nature though, is like, if you could, like, what we're all trying to do 9 times out of 10 is ensure that our belief system, our offspring and stuff like that can thrive in the future. You know what I mean? I want, like for me personally, I want black people to live in a free and equitable society. Why? Because that's my beliefs. I want those beliefs to permeate and grow and expand. So, that's the thing about Elon. We got to figure out what are his true beliefs. He grew up in apartheid South Africa. So, you know what I mean? Those are probably some beliefs he wants to see expanded. And I think that's probably the most dangerous thing about him, having all
Yeah.
that money, equates
I
to
agree.
influence.
Hmm.
I think having money is one thing. So it's a character in Watchmen. His name is Ozymandias. He's like his power is that he's considered to be the world's smartest man. And his biggest thing was always like it corrupts no matter who you are. It can corrupt you when you get into any zone. So like Elon, he's done Tesla, he's got SpaceX, now he's gotten Twitter, now he's in the government. So he's got a lot of the media that's already in his grasp already when it comes to that. And now he's in Doge, which inadvertently is trying to shrink or downsize the government the way he sees it needs to be strict or downsized. Like right now, they're basically just doing a whole bunch of audits. But if you look at the people who are actually getting removed, it's just the heads. They're just taking the decision makers and removing them and replacing them with, I would say, more Trump favored decision makers. And so between like what happened with the Treasury Department, like all of that information getting declassified, your financial records, my financial records getting declassified. It's kind of nuts when you think about it. You know, it's one thing if it was to happen. It's like Arcane gave a good example one time. He was like, it's one thing if the chef spits in your food in the back and you don't know they're spitting in your food and you eat it. It's another thing when you see the chef spitting in your food and then you still sit there and eat it like, oh, that's good. That's kind of what's going on right now with Elon and I don't know, man. I honestly, I agree with you, Shaq. I think he's for world domination. But when I was in college, I actually liked Elon. Like I thought the whole electric vehicle stuff, the
Hmm.
going to space stuff was cool. Was cool. But the more and more I see him, it's kind of like I was telling Anthony the other day about the Ben Carson effect. Ben Carson was like one of the coolest dudes in the world to me until he ran for president. Until he started saying some of the stuff of how he truly felt, I was like, dang, bro, like it's like the Kanye, bro. Like I love the music, man, but what you saying is absolutely insane right now.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's how I feel about Elon. Elon.
Did y'all see that video where Trump was speaking about the rearrangement of government or whatever? And then he was just like, he was like, well, actually, what we're doing is, he said, Elon, you got some stuff to tell us about this. Are you saying that?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw that.
And then Elon just
Yeah.
started telling him, Elon, he's not politically correct or anything. He's not media trained or nothing. I can tell. He just went up there and started freestyling. But I
Literally.
mean, he want power, and he's done the proper moves to get that power. You say no one man should have all that power, but he paying the light bill, man. And look, I know he want to regulate the United States for four main reasons. One, he don't want them BY. Okay, you want screen sharing? What should I do? Issue. Can you screen share?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so one, he don't want that BYD car in here. He don't want that car here because then everybody has to buy Tesla. Then those batteries for BMW and Toyota, BYD batteries won't even be allowed to be sold here to put into a BMW, to put into a Lexus whenever we transfer over into electric cars. So that's what he trying to do, one. Two, he want to get that Doge stuff popping, but he only got 4 years to do it. He want to get that Doge popping. And what does Doge mean? What does the D mean? I know Department of something, government
Government.
efficiency.
Government efficiency. Department of Government Efficiency. You're right. That's it.
Oh, what's
Department.
wrong with me? Yeah, Department of Government Efficiency. Yeah, so that's what he wants next. So that way, things like the Hyperloop, things like SpaceX, he can do
Hmm.
whatever he want. And if you are a government agency that don't like what he doing, he gonna fire you. Like you said, he going after the heads.
Yeah. But
Third,
I do want to. Oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
One thing I do want to point out, though, the good thing about Elon, everybody has good and bad, but this is something that came across my desk that I really thought was crazy. And this is the good part of that Doge agency that he created. Check this out.
The most number of people that could retire possibly in a month is 10,000. We're like, whoa, why is that? Well, because all the retirement paperwork is manual on paper. It's manually calculated, then written down on a piece of paper. Then it goes down a mine. I'm like, what do you mean a mine? Like, yeah, there's a limestone mine where we store all the retirement paperwork. And then the speed, the limiting factor is the speed at which the mine.
Okay, so that's the video, and then let me show you guys the proof. Federal retirements are really sorted by hand in an old mine. And then this is it. It's called Iron Mountain. This is the mountain where federal retirement paperwork is stored by hand in this limestone mountain. And this is the type of stuff that I think is insane, for one, but it's also like, it's kind of a good thing that somebody is going in there, you know, trying to figure out how we can save money, rather than just doing inefficient things like with government spending.
They're gonna have to change the law on that one, because we are required to keep. I don't know how it is in the private sector, but for us, we are required to keep a physical copy of everything. A couple of them, I think last year, our financial system went down. You talk about like the hacking and stuff. Our financial system went down for 2 weeks, and contractors couldn't get paid for 2 weeks. So that really threw a monkey wrench in it. But we are required by the federal law. So that maybe I'll make an amendment or something. We're required by federal law to keep a copy of every signed documentation. We have a digital copy for sure, but we have to keep a physical copy. If we have contract records, and even in my office, that are from the 40s. It's kind of nuts. We can't really touch them with our hands. It's kind of funny, but yeah, we can't digitize them either, because we can't scan them because of the paper and stuff like that. All that goes into it. But
okay,
so I believe it. I believe there's a mine down there that probably has a whole bunch of stuff from like physical records and stuff like that.
Okay, well, the more you know. That's great insight. See, I thought that was just totally insane, but now that you said that, like, okay, it makes sense. But I do want to move over to this next topic for y'all. Let's go ahead and address the elephant, or I should say the eagle in the room. There was a big football game this weekend. I don't know if y'all heard of it. Some folks called it the super soup or something like that.
Go ahead and grab your hat, bro. Go ahead and grab your merch.
I was like,
but we do have, once again, an in-house Eagles fan with Jalen. So yeah, I guess while we wait on Jalen to return, man, what did y'all think about the Super Bowl? Just a quick hit before he gets back.
Man, I just remember thinking Arkeem was wrong. Arkeem was so wrong, man, on this. He called everything wrong. I was like, I hope he didn't bet no money. But
I actually called except the game. Go ahead.
You said you did call it? What'd you say?
I called a few things right, like Saquon under 100, Pat out throwing Jalen for yards. I called a lot of things, but just not that win, man. But go ahead.
Yeah, I feel like no one expected that. No, I was gonna say I only saw the second half of it because me and my girl out doing some stuff when we were out of town. But yeah, I only saw the second half of it. I was on the plane, and I just remember thinking, this is embarrassing. This is so embarrassing.
It was one of them games where you sit there and you like I only watched till halftime because, like you said, it was crazy. But you sit there and you think, okay, they finna cut on. They finna come on. The TV, like the lights finna flicker at some point. And man, I looked at the box score. At one point, it was 34-0. The lights never came on. Like them last two touchdowns, that was just to try to cover the spread.
Exactly.
That was, yeah, man. That was just utter and total domination. I mean, just in all facets of the game. It was just like it was. I don't know. It was interesting, but I think it does. You know, they didn't play it twice. It does have a little rivalry feel to it. You know that hey, this could be the two. You know, because there really hadn't been an NFL rivalry in the Super Bowl in forever. I mean, you could say Eli and Brady, right?
Mm.
But and they only played each other twice, and these boys have played each other twice in the last 5 years. So I mean,
Yeah.
but for Pat, you know, well, I ain't got my Patriots hat, but but the GOAT conversation ended on Sunday. And not saying that it can't get picked up, but
Ah,
we got to press the
man.
pause button after Sunday.
Akeem had to leave on them. I would just say that as an Eagles fan and being as transparent as I can, I've been telling people, all season because a lot of people have been saying we've been struggling. Jalen Hurts can't throw. All of this, I even said that at some point, during the season, just to be transparent. But to see that every time, especially after we went 2-2, every time we played a game, we played to win, and we did what it took to win. Regardless of who that was, and a lot of people say we rolled Saquon Barkley, but football is a team game. Our defense showed up time in and time out. Eventually that became the first
Yeah.
overall in the league. So when it came to the Chiefs, I felt like all season they've been scraping by. They even gave the stat of either they were winning by 1 point or they had to come back, and to win the game. So I just always felt like, who was it besides Patrick Mahomes that's really, bringing the threats on the team. You got Travis Kelsey, but after that, it's just Patrick Mahomes making magic. I'm sorry, he's just that great. I will give him that. He's just that great to turn your team up when you hardly have any weapons. But to go against a team like the Eagles, as complete as they are, going against the teams that they have and doing what they've done to those teams, it's just I felt like we should have won that game. And if we didn't win that game, it was gonna be because of the refs and the Chiefs friendship. I told people, I said, if we gonna win this game, we gotta hit them in the mouth. We gotta come in quick and hit them in the mouth and don't let our foot off the gas. I said, if we are winning by one touchdown or close to that, down by one touchdown, going into the fourth quarter, it's over with. I said, we got if we up, if we need to be up in by the fourth quarter, I need to be celebrating. And that's what happened. It was crazy. It was a great time.
Okay.
It was a great
Repping time, ladies and gentlemen. That
It was
was
a
our
great,
segment called Repping Time.
it was a great time. No birds, man. No birds. My
My
other,
take on it was I just never seen anything like it before. I mean, I remember the Tampa Bay game with Pat, and I had never seen Pat just get, demoralized like that either. But this felt different. This was like I think I saw a stat that said in the first half they only got one first down, period.
Yeah, it
So
was
that
sad,
mean
man.
it was just constant three and outs. Like I don't know. Like I thought these were two like complete teams. Like I see what you saying, Jalen, but like the Chiefs defense, they wasn't nothing to sniff at, for the longest. So it was really just a session. I can't. You look like you got something to say.
Look, bro, you remember Boys in the Hood? How they caught Ricky down bad? I mean, any other time,
Talk to him.
they just caught him bad, man. They called him. You know why they call Kodak Black, right? Because his name used to just be Kodak. What happened to his friend Black? He said, man, they just caught him down bad without his ratchet. They just caught him. Look, they just caught him without the ratchet, bro. So I can't do nothing but Give him props because Pat was throwing the ball in the ground. Pat had more passing yards than garbage time, though. But I mean, by the end, the pressure gone, and when he had no pressure, he showed us he was still Patrick Mahomes or
Yeah, I
somebody
mean, what's his name? That receiver had the most
worthy.
receiving yards in the game. Yeah, Worthy
Yeah,
Mm.
had the most receiving yards in like a Super Bowl for like a rookie or whatever, a crazy stat line. But you look at the score and you like,
yeah, but the pressure,
damn.
but see, that's that James Harden effect. James Harden, once the big moment is already over, James Harden can shoot the peel off the ball, but the pressure going in the game over now. So that's what he just
Oh
Speak.
did.
Lord.
Well,
Yeah,
wait,
he right.
wait. That's a great segue. Speaking of game over, like you just said, let's talk about the halftime
Hey, it's
show.
record time. It's record time.
It's just Rip City on this
It's
one today.
record time. It's record
When am I gonna get to rep? Goodness gracious. All right, one of y'all boys, go ahead. Tell us y'all take on the Super Bowl halftime show.
All right, I'll give you
I liked
mine.
it.
All right, so I liked it. I liked his Super Bowl performance. Man, no, I didn't. All right, look, bro. I'm on the internet trolling, telling everybody that we was there and that they know the crowd. I'm with Cops tonight. The crowd wasn't feeling it. Most of those fans were there to see the football game, not no Kendrick Lamar. And man, I just don't like that part of hip hop. Kendrick Lamar is a Kendrick Lamar without being attached to Drake's name. Kendrick Lamar is basically a nobody. He's like a Cameron right now. Without being attached to Drake's name, Kendrick Lamar can't sell records. It's proof of that. He can't get any clout and he can't get any attention. Nobody wants to interview the man without Drake. This man, look, and everybody say, why did he spend so much attention? Why did he spend so much attention on Drake? Because that's the only thing that make him relevant. The man did two diss songs to the man. He performed
That's true.
Euphoria. He performed Euphoria, and then he referenced Not Like Us like 5 times. This man wore a minor chain. Like, who giving that? The man made the whole thing about it. He put two of the main X's in there. Like, come on, bro.
Drake is his cheat
Yeah,
code,
that's what
bro.
I'm saying.
Without
Drake, it's like
without
it's
Drake,
like
he
it's like, dude, the songs he performed,
Y'all are
like
trolling right now, man. Y'all are
Gotta
trolling.
be
That's,
ain't
that's what this is.
I ain't
got
trolling.
to be.
I enjoyed the
dead
performance.
serious.
I enjoyed the performance, but I ain't gonna lie, it was whack.
I look at. I'm gonna let you go ahead, Jalen. But I want to say this: a few years ago, Drake and Meek Mill were coupled together because of their beef. But now Meek Mill is no more, and Drake is still remain. But go ahead.
Meek Mill is not Kendrick, man. He's not.
I'm
Okay, go
saying
ahead, Jalen.
the decoupling will occur. That's what I'm saying.
So I mean, all of first of all of Kendrick's albums have done over 100,000 in sales. I mean, so by artist comparison, that is astounding. So we're gonna say that first of all. So the narrative that Kendrick would be nothing without Drake is null and void. First of all, second, I did want to address the point where you said that the crowd wasn't feeling it. I felt like we were in the same place. I could have been tripping because I was flying high. You know what I'm saying? And
No, I mean in the actual
know,
Super
I
Bowl.
may have been too much noise in my head or something like that. And but the crowd around me like was turned. You know, they were looking. I was looking around. I know because in astoundment when things would happen, such as the great Samuel L. Jackson popping up on my screen
He ain't
as
no
Uncle
great.
Sam. You know, I would look back at the crowd like, y'all seeing the same thing that I'm seeing? You know what I'm saying? And going to the A minor, I heard that, it was on the TV. Somebody talking about it could have been played back or something recorded, or I don't know. We could shoot. That may not have been the Super Bowl. Who knows? They probably played that like last week, and we could be just looking at playback of that too, huh? But I just feel like it was a great show overall. I think Kendrick really brought it with the expectation. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he is an entertainer. So the fact that you saying, you know, he had SZA up there and Serena up there, and he had the A minor chain. He gave the people what they were asking for. That's what they were looking for. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he got up there and did the opposite, not like us and everything like that. Like people would have been in the uproar as well. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the aspect I want to address about the music part. So I thought that was great. And then we can talk about the performance itself. It was awesome. It was
He had on
cinematic.
bell
That
bottoms.
way this guy peekaboo, you know, everything popping up in the camera. Like it was great. I mean, the symbolism with the black people representing the American flag, it was great.
That he had on bell
Okay.
bottoms and a chain saying A minor.
Where does it rank for you, like of all time halftime shows?
I would say
If
it's
he say
top
number
five.
one, I'm gonna hang this thing up just to be in
It's
the
it's top five. It's top five for sure. I mean, it's been some notable performances like, you know, Bruno Mars, Usher,
Yeah.
you know, different ones like that. So, you know, I don't want to just put him at the top. I would want to go back and kind of refresh myself. I don't want to be a victim of the moment. So,
Uh,
I definitely had to put it top five though. I was
of
definitely
I agree. Of the, and I'm gonna go
Same.
based off the ones that I've seen in person. I'm not gonna go off the ones that happened before I was born. Like they say Michael Jackson, bro. I wasn't alive when
no
Michael Jackson did his
Prince.
thing. So,
Prince.
but Prince is my number one
Yeah, yeah.
for a plethora of reasons.
Dude, he
He's my
he
number one.
performed
But I think
Purple Rain and it started raining.
it put Purple in Miami. Put Purple Rain in the Rain. It's like it's amazing. I think for Kendrick's performance more than anything, it was the spectacle. He already kind of said that y'all ain't gonna know the songs. First of all, he going on tour, so he not finna give y'all the tour songs that y'all want to hear, and he going on tour.
That
Like when
was the
me and
tour songs
Jalen,
though. That was his latest album.
no, I know, but like for instance, when me and Jalen went to the Mr. Morale tour in New Orleans, that man came out the gate with like money trees. He did a lot of his older stuff, so he gonna do that still.
right,
But he ain't finna give you that for free at the Super Bowl, so you can say, "Oh, I got a free Kendrick concert.
right.
And I got the full
Hmm.
thing." Nah, I think the spectacle was more than anything. Proud to be an American. We whooping Canada again. We now we're gonna take Canada like Trump said. We're gonna make Canada the 51st state. We gave Canada an L on that too, but I think it was a spectacle more than anything. I think if I think about all the Super Bowls, this was the best spectacle. Like this man did a skit essentially. Nobody has done that for a Super Bowl show.
Yep.
He even said y'all got the right show, but the wrong one. Y'all got the wrong nigga up here doing this show. Basically, what he was saying. And he said y'all gonna even Samuel L. Jackson when he was talking about y'all gonna hate it or X Y Z and then the people after they just kind of just regurgitated what they were saying like, oh, it was the worst show ever. It was too much black in it, right? They said one guy was saying local guy was saying I don't even like rap, so for them I didn't understand what he was saying. You know how that is. You know how that go. We didn't understand what he was saying
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
whatnot.
Yeah.
One dude said the only song that he liked was because he called out a pedophile, and he equated it to calling out Hollywood for pedophilia. But he said us Trumpers, he said MAGA, we look beyond you calling out Hollywood for Hollywood trying to do everything they can. So it was so many different takes
Hmm.
on this performance, valid or not. I can tell you one thing that is valid. This, whether you like it or not, this man is on his victory lap.
Wait. That's
Jim,
actually one thing I want to say about it. It's like how does it rank? How does it rank overall if the only people who liked it are young black people? You see what I'm saying? Like, and see how you was talking about he want to go on tour. He don't want to give y'all his real catalog. But it's like, bro, every other act gives us their catalog. Why? Because it's the Super Bowl, bruh. That's when you're supposed to run through your catalog and have people amped up about your song. Oh, I know that song. Not, bro. What is
But
this?
but he
but I
but he
don't
the
think
first
that
but
he
see
was
the
trying to do. I don't think he was trying to put on a
Exactly,
show.
and that's why they say
Like
it's the
Wait,
worst.
wait, 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 wait. You don't think he was trying to put on a show at the Super Bowl halftime show?
I think his priority was sending a message over entertaining people.
And that goes back to what Arcane said. It was all about
It
Drake.
was all about.
It
He's
wasn't
It's
all.
too
It
many
wasn't all
he's
about
Drizzy,
Drake.
No,
man.
it
It's
was
I,
not
Drake
about
rapping
It wasn't all
so
about
much.
Drake. Now,
It's
hold
too
on.
it
many
was
Drake.
all about
Hey,
Drizzy,
bro,
bro.
look,
no.
I
it's
think it's the exact opposite, and I think that proves why. That is evidence why it wasn't about Drake. It's because of what y'all just said. Because he
Literally.
could have did like the hippity hop, like everything y'all know, and then included that Drake stuff as well. But he didn't. He chose to do like Willie said. Basically, do a skit during a time period where we got DEI being taken out, where it's Black
that wasn't
History
about
Month,
no
where you
DEI.
got the president, you know what I'm saying, Trump, who getting rid of this stuff, also there. Like,
Please tell me the DEI reference in that
I
performance.
think it was great.
What DEI
it
performance
was
did?
people. It
What
was people.
DEI reference
It
did
was
he have
people
in there?
online. It was people on Twitter who said it was DEI because there wasn't no white people in it. I'm
It
telling
was
you, people said
literally
some
that.
Oh,
crazy
dude,
stuff. But I,
every performance he
but
ever had didn't have no white people in it. That ain't.
but that's the whole point, though, man. That's what we're trying to get at. He was
Yes,
stating the obvious, and some people can't see
yes.
that the obvious is getting stated into their face.
He
Some people,
did.
some of those white people were
Dude,
like, the
y'all,
best part
dudes,
about the
bro,
show.
y'all remind
Hold
me
on,
of
hold on.
English teacher.
You got the wrong guys. You got the wrong guys. It was some people in the comments who were saying the best thing about that show was that he showed his patriotism with the American flag. Like they said, I don't understand what he was saying, but I saw the American flag and that made me proud. So I guess it was okay. That's because those people were so lost in the weeds. It hit who it needed to hit, and who it didn't hit, they were just glad to see an American flag. And so that's why I'm saying that the performance itself, you're right. He could have done everything else. But I'll tell you this. Tell me, name the last 10 performers. What did they do?
Dude,
Half of them niggas
Usher,
half of them folks is dead.
Usher killed
Okay,
him.
Usher killed, but Usher ain't put out a reasonable album in 15 years.
Exactly. His
So he just
performance
did his
still was
hits.
better.
That's fine. Who before Usher? You had Jennifer Lopez and Shakira. They sung songs in Spanish. You think them white folks knew that? Come on,
But they
man.
know
That's
those
what I'm
songs more
saying.
than the ones Kendrick played. All right,
ACDC,
you know what y'all
ACDC,
sound like?
ACDC ain't put out new music since the 80s. I don't know one ACDC song. That's what I'm getting at, bro.
Yes, you do.
Before Jay-Z came over, the Super Bowl had a target audience. It had a target ram of who they got. It was rock stars. It was nobody black, right? Nobody black. So when Jay-Z came in and they started introducing black artists, this is what comes with it. If you pick, I mean, what Lil Wayne get up to do and perform? Pussy Monster? Like, what did he get there? Like, I'm trying to figure out the Super Bowl tickets for people who can afford $5,000 to $6,000 tickets. So who you think at that game?
Dude, they would know a
The
million. They
most,
would know a million over that's them songs he was
boy,
playing.
hell
They would
no.
know
My mama don't know a
lollipop. They
Millie.
would know a
No,
lollipop
they
over that
would,
stuff
man.
that he was playing.
Lollipop? Come on, you so crazy. She licked me like, you think they gonna let Wayne get up there and say she licked me like a lollipop
Yeah,
on CBS?
yeah, they
All
would.
right. All right. That'd be
Everybody knew
grand
all
opening,
the
grand
stars.
closing for the rap stars right there.
Everybody knew all the stars.
All
Bro,
right.
you can't do all that at the
Dude,
Super
when
Bowl,
SZA
boy.
was
They
up
gonna
there performing, a white girl whispered to a black girl, said, "Is that Meg the Stallion?" She said, "Nah, that's SZA." She said, "Oh, dude, they didn't know who those
Oh,
people
okay.
was up there." Yeah, y'all,
That's
dude,
fine.
every one of you talk about all this symbolism and stuff like that. You remember when your English teacher used to say the artist was saying that the curtains were blue to say and show representation and imagery that everyone in the house was sad. When in reality, the artist was just saying, I mean, the author was just saying the curtains blue, nigga. Like, that ain't got nothing to do. Y'all be making y'all own stuff up. Y'all sound like the old
Bruh.
rap genius back in the
Nah,
day.
that's not
Heck
Let
nah,
true.
me
that's
land.
you.
You
That's
talking
not
about
true. That's
DEI? He had everybody black for DEI, bruh. He had
nah.
them dudes up there for Craig, Crips, and Bloods. Come on, bruh. That's
When I
what he all.
mentioned DEI, when I mentioned DEI, I was saying like that's
Tell
why
me
this.
some of the symbolism right now. I want to know some of this symbolism. Please tell me.
Well,
The black people with
it,
the American flag, the blacks
Okay,
built America.
that's the
well,
exact
DEI,
same
right?
thing
This
he
is
just
this
said.
Now,
this
So
this
first
is
it mean
now to
DEI,
blacks
your
right?
mean America.
So
to
Now it
your
mean
point
this is
though.
DEI.
DEI. This is how somebody tied it to DEI, right? It's DEI because like one person posted, he was like, oh, I hate this performance. How could you not have not one person of non-black color out there? You know what I'm saying? Like, and they responded, well, DEI has been taken away, right? So we put the most qualified performers in those positions, the most qualified people who could dance and move and all this stuff in those positions.
Okay, so he fighting against. So basically, he trying to slick shot at Donald Trump, right?
That's a
So
symbolism. That's what I'm saying.
Donald
That's how
Trump
you
is the one. Donald
tie it
Trump and
together.
Donald
Well,
Trump.
he
Hold
not
on,
really,
let me
he not
say
really
something.
dissing
Let me
Donald
say
Trump.
something. What he's trying to say is the country got rid of DEI. So he's taking aim at the presidential administration, correct? That's who he got to
No,
be. That's who he got
I'm
to be
just
speaking to.
no, white people said DEI,
No,
not
no,
him.
no. The Trump
what I'm saying
administration
is
got
a
rid of
lot of
DEI.
people
Right
in
or
the
wrong?
black
Answer the
in
question.
the a lot of people in the black
Yes,
The
community
Trump
are
administration got rid of DEI, right or wrong?
yeah.
yes.
But
Okay.
I'm saying
Where was Kendrick Lamar when it was time to promote Kamala? Nowhere, nigga. See, that's what I mean. He's so fake, bruh. There ain't no imagery in that. Where was he with the promote
You
Kamala?
crazy.
so
You
what I'm saying.
crazy.
So he crying
DEI
about
from the white
DEI,
people
but he
perspective.
was the ghost when it was time to
He's
promote
not
Kamala.
crying about DEI. You keep missing it, or you just don't want to hear it.
Yeah,
White people said the performance was DEI because there was no white people,
exactly.
not Kendrick.
I'm saying that his performance went with the tone of where we are right now in
Yeah,
just in the nation.
exactly. That's it. That's it. His performance was it did you're right. There was nothing directly tied to DEI that he performed on stage. But his performance in itself was representing the black struggle or the struggle really at this point of any minority. But for us, it relates to our black struggle. That's what the
So
point of
y'all
his
just
performance
making
was.
stuff up that you
It-
see. That's what I'm
no, no,
saying.
dude.
Y'all
I'm
seeing
telling you what
something and
people
No.
making your
said.
own
No,
interpretation of
we're
it.
not
Got
making.
you.
That's what you're supposed to do. There's no right or wrong, I don't think,
Yes, it
bro. I'm
is,
just telling
bro.
you, like that
But
white woman who said Uncle Sam is not what. She said Uncle Sam is not black. Uncle Sam is white. Yeah, Samuel
King
Jackson.
though, of any performance,
For sure.
given any type of performance, whether it is a performance that's meant to entice thought or to entice excitement or entice anger, any type of performance, no matter what kind of performance it was, is the performer's intent not to make the person perceive something, to have a perception, to see their reality reflected in the performance that they are putting on? Is that not the whole point of a performance? So the argument
True.
of saying
True.
that we are creating our own reality with the performance goes against the whole spirit of performing in
Art.
general. That's the whole point of it. It's art.
Yeah,
That,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
They could have had. They
Now
could have
that
had anybody up there.
I want to go ahead and put this up on y'all's screen.
Nah, we coming back to that Kendrick.
Shopify shutters Kanye West Yeezy website selling a swastika shirt. He violated all terms. So if you don't know, the e-commerce platform Shopify pulled the plug on the rapper's efforts to sell hate symbol merchandise, shutting down the Yeezy clothing line website. Earlier this week, he was trying to sell. He modified the site to only sell one item, a T-shirt emblazoned with a black swastika. That's how it looked. And I want to show y'all this little AI video that came out. I'm not sure if y'all saw this, but check it out.
Bro, the world is crazy, bro. That's all I can say. Hey, speaking of that video, Anthony, did y'all see that Super Bowl commercial he did?
I
Nah,
didn't see the
what was it
commercial.
about? It was Kanye?
Like the one when he was laying down, he said, I guess we don't have money for the we ran out of budget just to get the Super Bowl commercial, but I'm shooting this on my iPhone. But go to Yeezy.com and when you went to Yeezy.com, some swastika shirts.
No,
Yeah.
no.
I did not know that's how that started. Wow.
He had had a Super
Bruh.
Bowl commercial, bro. It was so low
Dude,
key.
crazy.
And when you clicked on that mug, it was like, oh, Hitler.
That's the only thing that was on there.
Yeah,
Bro. Yeah.
he deleted all inventory. Wait a minute. Okay. See, we didn't see the
understand it.
commercials because we was at like this sports bar and they was like playing
Okay.
music during the commercials.
And everybody was
Bro,
That is
Bro,
crazy.
the commercial was just like this podcast, bro. Literally, Kanye had like an iPhone laying on his bed. He was like, "Oh, I guess we're live." So we spent the budget on getting this commercial, but check out Yeezy.com, and bro, when you clicked on Yeezy.com, that one was high Hitler galore.
Why he don't like the Jewish folks, man? What they do to him?
Bro, you saw them tweets,
I
bro.
feel uncomfortable.
I saw them
You saw
tweets
them
too.
tweets.
I don't like to talk about Jews live on camera.
We ain't got no problem with you. We talking about what he said.
We just talk about what
What he
Kanye
said.
did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So if
I
I don't
just-
understand it. I don't understand.
Me either. I just don't understand, bro. It's like why are you trying to make Hitler cool? You know what I'm saying? I think I said this to Jalen before.
Exactly.
Like, it's like Kanye, anything that people think, or maybe I said this to my girl, anything that people think, Kanye just try to go against it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
No matter what
yeah.
it is. And like the only thing, because he just claimed people are brainwashed. So like one of the few things left that he can target is people thinking universally that Hitler is a bad guy. So like he just want to go against that.
man
That's
said
the
Hitler
only-
was fresh as fuck. This dude lost his mind, bro. Like, bro, we ain't even got that many pictures of Hitler dressed up. But I
Heck
think
no.
Jalen trying to get off the camera on this subject. He don't want the boys
He
to see
said turn
him.
off the camera.
You know why he cut the camera off? Y'all know who Jalen works for, right?
What you mean?
You know Continental, who they used to make tires for back in the day. They're the national tire company of Germany. They used to be the national tire company of the Third Reich.
Chill out.
You know he drive a Volkswagen. You know who the founder of Volkswagen is, right? The German Labor Party. You know what their emblem is, right?
Why do you know all this?
Bro, hey, bro, if you had a German company in the 1940s, bro, what was you doing, man? Come on, be real.
Oh man.
But nah, man. I
I
guess it ain't.
Because
I guess it ain't too much to say other than like Kanye just whacked out.
I'm a conspiracy theorist, and so I just don't want to say too much. You know what I'm saying? Because I go deep off into the weeds. But it is funny that a lot of stuff is coming up with Hitler and all this stuff in the last couple of years. That's just real odd to me. You know, it's not just him. It's Elon who's just did this as a result of his autism, apparently. You know what I'm saying? And it's just been a very hot theme lately, and I just think.
Hey, that's what Kanye said too before he went on his rant. He said, "I got autism." He said, "I've been diagnosed with autism," and then he just started dropping Hitler bombs after that.
Yeah, like, wow.
Well, see, look at that, right? Like that is such a Kanye move. If Kanye were to see Elon Musk, one of the world's richest men, who Kanye considered himself one of the richest man at 1.2. So it's just like competition. And it's just like, hey, if he did it and he said he was cool because they said, boom, autism, I bet Kanye West said, hey, let me say autism too. And then shoot off like he did.
Bro,
just see
all I gotta tell y'all and the viewers is, bro, if y'all got like 10 minutes out your day, please go look at them tweets.
Oh, actually, I think he got kicked off of. Well, I think
he got kicked off of Twitter.
I think he might have deleted his account.
Oh, okay. Boy, them tweets was something else.
But okay, guys, let's go ahead and get into the quick hit segment and get ready to wrap this thing up. All right, so speaking of Drake and Kendrick, I mean, you can't mention Kendrick without mentioning Drake. What are y'all expecting from Drake's new album that's dropping on Valentine's Day? What is it called? Some sexy songs for you. Do you think it's gonna sell like a regular Drake project, or do you think the numbers gonna dip?
I don't think it's gonna be that great. I ain't gonna lie, and I don't think it's because of this whole beef between him and Kendrick either. I just I feel like Drake has been dropping very. Actually, you know what? I won't even say that. I liked his last projects. I just think that I'm going to like this new project that he's dropping less than I liked Kendrick's project that he just dropped. That's that's all I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna like it more. I love singing Drake. When Drake get on that mug and start, that's I can play that around the house. And so, Party Next Door gonna be on it, and I ain't heard from Party Next Door since like I was a junior in college. So he got to come out with something hard. I think it's gonna be good because it's got to be good. Because if it ain't good,
Party.
if it ain't good, if it ain't good,
He's over.
it's over with. It's definitely over with for Party. It ain't over with for Drake. But it's gonna definitely stamp more to what what everybody, if they got an opinion that's not good on Drake, it'll stamp to that. But I hope it's good because I like singing Drake. I like the love song Drake. I just
So is
hope Party
Kendrick.
don't ruin it.
Kendrick likes that version of Drake too. But I do think it's funny that he did decide to drop a R&B type album instead of a rap album. That's
But
all.
he
It's kind of
already
like
he already
switched up.
had that in the works though. You
We
know.
we don't know if it's
That's
we
what
don't
the
know if it's
metric
gonna be R
is.
and B.
So the question was, how do we think the album is gonna do better, right? So can I ask what the metric is? Are we comparing him
Sales,
to Kendrick? No, I mean sales, right? But his sales, or like, are we comparing him to overall sales or Kendrick
his
sales or
sales.
his sales, right? So do we mean like the 620,000 units sold by Scorpion, or do we mean like the 35,000 units by Dark Lane demo tapes? Or do we mean like the 16,000 units by Honestly Nevermind?
We
Or
gon' 16,000. I don't know
yeah,
what you looking
You
at, but
looking at cores, you looking at people buying hard copies.
He
I
got
don't know what you
stats.
looking
No,
at,
he looking at hard
but
copy sales. He gotta be.
we want to we want to pay attention to Drake's off album sales. So like Her Loss, that's an off album, but like Certified Lover Boy, that's a studio album. Scorpion
Mm.
is a studio album. More Life, that's an off album. You know what I'm saying? So like with
Okay.
21 Savage, he did like 450,000. So I could see him doing something like that again.
so we doing like streaming and all that stuff, not just
Yeah.
Just total sales. Yeah.
I think he'll do 300 and up. I think he
I
should
think he
expect to do
outsell.
300
I
and
say
up.
he outsells He outsell Kendrick's last album. He outsell both Kendrick's last album.
GNX,
He gonna outsell GNX.
GNX,
Yeah, he probably
yeah,
will.
because
He
GNX did
probably will.
what 300 something.
He did 334, 320.
Yeah, I think Drake should for sure.
Yeah.
I think statistically Drake's album is going to do better than Kendrick's. I think musically, I don't think so. But I also think that it's probably going to do better than a lot of his other off albums. To your point, Anthony, like you mentioned, but I think it's literally just because of the buzz. Everyone's wondering what's Drake gonna put out, what's Drake gonna do next. So I think it's probably gonna be one of his top performing albums that
For
he does
sure.
release
Well,
in a
see,
while, at
Okay.
least.
this what I see
And
coming. Go ahead.
this is just a quick hit, Arcane. So go ahead.
I
Just be
see
quick though.
Drake outselling Kendrick. I see one of these songs gonna outchart Kendrick's. I don't know where he had on the charts, like number 9 or 7 or something like that. It's gonna outchart him, and then it's gonna open that conversation for can Kendrick. Cause see, the world gonna be looking for Kendrick to drop again, or drop something to stop people from vibing to this Party Next Door and Drake. Cause this is gonna be a vibe. I'm telling you, these dudes probably put everything they had into this. And now they're gonna be looking for Kendrick to drop again. But Kendrick don't make a lot of music. And I think that this will signify the end of the beef Kendrick sales will drop now. I'm saying all this on camera. Kendrick sales gonna drop by at least 30 to 40% over the next 3 months, and Drake will go back to the top. So right now he had 80 million streams on Spotify as of today.
88.
88, 88 million streams
88.
on Spotify. By the end of March, he will be down under 50, below Lil Wayne. There you go. That's my take.
Hello, Lil Wayne.
Okay. Next quick hit. Ukraine war talks start. Trump says that Putin is interested in ending the war. Y'all think this gonna happen? And if so, how soon?
I
Trump
don't
might
think
mess
so.
around and walk in there and be like, let's take Ukraine together. At the rate that he's going, calling saying that he wants to take over all these other parts of the world. I don't know. I don't know how the conversation is gonna go. I don't think it's gonna be
I,
super great though.
I think Ukraine gonna end up. I think what's gonna happen is I think it's like they predict, and I hate to agree with the people predicting. I think Ukraine is gonna get smaller. They are not gonna be allowed to join NATO, and some other term, and that's gonna be the terms of how they end it. Is that hey, y'all can't join NATO. Whatever
Hmm.
Russia has claimed as Russia, they keep. And yeah, and so
Yeah.
Ukraine is gonna Ukraine is gonna get abused by this one. I hate to say it like that because by them not joining NATO, they'll Russia will be able to revisit this on another later date and could finish the job. But that's what I think's gonna happen.
Hey,
Yeah.
Willie, this war was supposed to last 2 weeks, remember?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. My personal thoughts on this. I think it's all just talk. We gotta see. They saying that they want ready to end it immediately. I think it'll be at least 6 months, but that's just me. But yeah, man, we want to thank y'all for tuning in to the Foul Out podcast. Had some great conversations today. Thank you, Willie, Jalen, Shaq, for joining us. And we'll see y'all
Oh
same
yeah.
time next
One
week.
more thing. This is a quick hit as well for that last story. We don't know who's gonna end this war. Because when I was in college, I got a ticket one time. And I hit up Sheriff Rice, Uncle Ricky, and Kayla Daddy. And said, hey, can you get rid of my ticket for me? And then the ticket got taken care of. And all three of them hit me back and said, ticket been taken care of. You welcome. I still don't know who got rid of that ticket. But one of them got rid of it. So there you go.
Can I do a quick hit too?
Yeah,
Um,
go ahead.
I would just like to comment on the Kendrick situation as well.
Like,
The album this Friday. I think since he dropping it on Valentine's Day, of course it's gonna get play. But we not gonna just sit here and act like had he dropped this next week, it would have got the same play. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about maybe like an 18% drop or something like that. Let's be real. But do I think this album outsell Kendrick's? I kind of want to keep it on the same level as Drake's albums. I don't think it'll do as good as the last joint that he dropped. So um, we gonna see because he gonna get the women's, but I don't think he gonna get the men's like that. You know what I'm saying? Listening to it, but we gonna see. We gonna see.
okay, before we go, do you hate Drake now?
Man, I love Drake, man, and I hate when I keep pitting him against Kendrick Lamar because I got to ride for my homie. I got to ride for my homie, but man, I love Drake. I was telling DJ that we was on the phone today. I
Same.
said, man, I've been rocking with Drake since 2008, and people trying to act like I don't like Drake. I said I probably ain't heard. I can put a name on on one hand how many songs of Drake's I haven't heard, but then I said okay, I had to multiply that by like 3 because I didn't listen to the house music one. But you know what I'm saying. But that's my point. You know what I'm saying. I'm a Drake fan.
Okay,
Yeah.
for sure, for sure. Well, hey man, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Peace, man.
All right,
Oh,
y'all.
you wait the 5 files to you gonna do your
Oh
little exit
yeah,
thing?
oh yeah. Wait, what I say last time?
You said we're the 5 files and we're fouling out.
Oh yeah, we got 5 fouls. Y'all, we got 5 fouls, and we about to foul out, man. Peace.
What the heck?